boys and girls. We're going to listen to Miss Petunia tell the story for today.
Oh, hello, dear. Miss Petunia here. You wouldn't believe what happened today. Well, actually, maybe you would. I had an ice cream sundae. It was the bomb! Oh, chocolate drizzled over cool vanilla with, I added some M&Ms and it was delicious. Well, when the M&Ms go into the ice cream, have you ever seen it? They lose the colour, starts to fall off. I love that. And then you get a red, blue, green, orange, yellow, brown swirling in the ice cream. Oh, it's so good. And then I suck the rest of the colour off the M&Ms when I put them in. It's so good. And they're cold. Oh, it feels so good on me gums. Oh, well, I do have teeth, Yes. So, by the way, at the ice cream place, this thing came up, Somebody brought something up about school again. I'm like, what is this with school here lately? Well, and they said, well, we can't help but talk about school because everybody's in school right now. And I'm like, well, is everybody in school? I'm not in school. How are you in school? Bruno, you're not in school. These cats and dogs are not in school. Well, they're not cats and dogs, but you know what I'm saying. The animals are not in school. But they said, well, we're in school, and so we're going to talk about school. And I'm like, okay, well, let's talk about school. What are we going to talk about today? And they said, peer pressure. I said, peer pressure? Peer? Like a fishing pier? I said, no, Miss Petunia. Peer pressure. Well, what is peer pressure? Because I always thought that a pier, what you fish off of. I mean, that's what we used to do, was we fished off of a pier. Threw me bait in the water and waited. Got a little bite now and then. And every once in a while it was a big fish, right? I mean, we used to tell tales. How big was the fish? This big, right? And she said, no, Miss Petunia, not that kind of pier. This is called peer pressure. Well, explain it to me, my young friend, so I can understand, because I want to understand about this peer pressure. So she begins to tell me that peer pressure is when somebody is pressuring you to do something that you don't want to do. And I'm like, what? That's peer pressure? She goes, yes, Miss Petunia, that is peer pressure. I said, well, give me an example of what you're talking about. Like, what would you not want to do that somebody's going to make you do? She said, oh, well, I can give you all kinds of examples because I see it every day. What? You see peer pressure every day in school? And she goes, pretty much every day. Okay, well, tell me about some of these. So I'm sitting here like, tell me about the peer pressure. So she begins to tell me, So first thing she says to me is, well, Johnny was chasing Sam, trying to make him smoke a cigarette. What? He was trying to make him do what? In school? She goes, yes, Miss Petunia. He was trying to get Sam to smoke a cigarette, and Sam did not want to do it, and Johnny kept pressuring him into doing it. Oh, come on, it's not going to hurt you. Oh, come on, just one puff. She goes, Miss Petunia, he just would not stop bugging Sam about wanting to smoke the ciggy. I'm like, ciggy? What do you call it? She goes, well, that's what some of the kids call it anyway. She goes, I don't know what everybody else calls it. But she goes, he kept saying to Sam, go, come on, just one puff, we'll go in the bathroom and do it. Nobody will even know. Besides, everybody else smokes in there. And I'm like, what? What do you mean everybody smokes in the bathroom? You're only in middle school. She goes, well, Miss Petunia, some people smoking in the bathroom in middle school. And I'm like, I did not know this. She goes, yes, Miss Petunia, it smells in there of the smoke. She goes, it ain't the adults all the time, you know. Oh, no, I didn't know that. I said, well, what did Sam say? Did he not do it? She goes, poor Johnny kept chasing him around and stuff. She goes, Sam, he kept saying, no, I don't want to do that. And Johnny's like, well, you're a chicken, and you're a sissy if you don't do this. And I'm going to tell everybody that you won't smoke it because you are a sissy. And I'm like, well, what did Sam say? Like, did he give in to the peer pressure? She said he ran away, Miss Petunia. She goes, and then Johnny yelled at him, oh, I'm going to say you're a sissy. You're a sissy, and I'm going to tell everybody that you wouldn't. And she goes, and I kept waiting to say, smoke a cigarette. But he didn't say that, you know, because he didn't want everybody to know. But he's going to pass a law around saying that he's a sissy because he wouldn't do that, you know. She goes, that's one example of peer pressure. My goodness, what an example. But she says, well, it's true. It happens in the school. Oh, I did not know that. Didn't happen to me in school. So well, give me another example of what happens in school with this peer pressure. Well, she says, Miss Petunia, she said some kids get other kids to cheat off of other kids. I'm like, repeat that for me, I'm old. She said some kids get other kids to cheat off of other kids. I said, are you talking about copying answers? And she says, yes. Some kid, I'm like, well, they're not supposed to be copying answers. They're supposed to answer the answer themselves. And she goes, I know, but they're trying to get him to cheat, you know, pressuring them into giving them the answers when they should know the answer themselves. And I'm like, yes, they should. They need to do their own work. And she goes, I agree, Miss Petunia. But not all kids are doing that, right? They're cheating off each other. And then they're pressuring them to do this. Like, oh, where have I been all these years? I didn't know this was going on in the school. I said, well, I'm almost afraid to ask, what else in the peer pressure is going on? She goes, oh, well, cover your ears. I'm like, well, if I do that, then I won't be able to hear you, dear. I already have a hard time hearing. She goes, well, how do I put this, like, and just go like this, you know. I'm like, well, just say it, dear. Like, what? She goes, well, they're touching each other. I'm like, what do you mean they're touching each other? She goes, well, you know, their lips are touching each other's lips. I'm like, are you meaning to tell me that they're pecking like a kissing? She goes, yes. And, well, other things too. And I'm like, what? Like, who does? Like, kissing each other on the lips. She goes, oh, yes. And she goes, you know, some people pressuring other people to kiss. And then they make fun of you if you don't do it. And they post pictures online and say that you did. And say awful mean, nasty things about you that aren't true, Miss Petunia. Fake pictures and such, with fake stories, and she started getting really upset, and I'm like, wait a minute, dear. And she goes, and it's not true. She's all, watch me friend. And that happened to her. And she had a fake story with these other girls, made this thing up, you know, to make fun of her and everything. Said she kissed this boy. She don't even like this boy. She goes, you know, but they're pressuring each other to do this, you know. Well, I didn't think we were supposed to fall in love until we were 25. And now they're pushing us to fall into love when we're 12. I don't even understand love. let alone falling in love. I don't even want to marry this boy at 12. I said, well, dear, you're not marrying a boy at 12. You don't even know, a lot of you don't even know what falling in love is yet, you know. She says, well, all I know is that you walk into the bathroom and you see a couple of them up against the wall and they're kissing. She goes, and I'm scared. I don't want to be doing that. I'm too young, and I think they're too young too. They ought to be working on their schoolwork. I'm like, well, I agree with that, you know. She goes, but peer pressure? Because they're all like, do it, do it, do it. And then, of course, when they kiss, you know, everybody laughs. Ha ha, they did it. So I don't want to be put in that position, you know. So I just avoid the bathroom as much as I can because it smells in there. And, well, they're usually in there doing something that they're not supposed to. She goes, that's my examples of peer pressure. I said, well, we need to talk about peer pressure then, because peer pressure should not be happening. She says, well, what are we going to do? Well, like, what do we do? I said, well, first of all, you don't want to be the one doing the pressing, the peer pressuring. She's like, well, I'm not doing the peer pressure. I said, well, that's good, because I don't ever want to hear about you being involved in peer pressure. I said, now the second thing is you don't want to fall into peer pressure. So what do you mean fall into? I said, we don't want somebody to push you or pressure you into doing something that you don't want to do. You know, there's going to be times, my friend, when someone is going to try and press you into doing something that you know is wrong. That's peer pressure. You don't want to be doing that. And you've got to stand your ground. When you know it's wrong, you don't allow them to push you into doing it. You tell them, no, thank you, I'm not doing it. And even if they're going to make fun of you, you know, and call you names and say all these crazy things about you and make things up, you know the truth. You know that you said no to that. And they can say whatever they want. Eventually they'll get caught, you know. But we don't want to be involved in peer pressure. We don't want to peer pressure anybody into doing something that might hurt them. I mean, some of these things that you're doing could be hurting them. So you don't want to be doing that. And you don't want to be the one that's getting pressured. You take a stand and say, no, I will not allow that to happen to me. You will not press me into cheating. You will not make me take a puff. And you will not force me to kiss someone I don't want to kiss. Oh, I don't need to taste that he's had garlic bread for lunch. That's disgusting. Oh, there's plenty of time to be, well, kissing somebody later on. But in the meantime, we don't need to be doing or being a part of peer pressure. Somebody might get hurt from that, you know. Peer pressure is a serious thing, and we don't need to be participating in that. She's like, okay, Miss Petunia, well, thank you for giving me 2 ways of which I can avoid being a part of peer pressure. So, those are 2 ways that you too can be avoiding peer pressure. Number 1, not being the one doing the pressing. And number 2, not being a part of the peer pressure as far as allowing somebody to make you do what you don't want to do. And that, let me tell you, that goes for not only in school, but also in your neighborhood when you're out with your friends. Also when you're around people that you don't know and they want to do something to you. You don't let them do that to you. You make sure you tell an adult. If you find yourself in a situation that you don't feel safe and you feel like somebody's peer pressuring you, you tell an adult right away. don't be afraid. Don't hide it. Don't keep it a secret, worried that something's going to happen to you. You go and tell an adult right away. Okay? All right, well, I'm so glad that my little friend came over and talked to me today about peer pressure so that I could talk to you. We don't ever want to find ourselves in that situation. That would not be pleasing to the Lord. Now, I think when the Lord was peer pressured by the enemy, where the enemy tells him, jump off this hill, the angels will save you. Or turn this stone into bread since you're so hungry. Or look at all of this land. I'll give it to you all. I'll give all of it to you if you just bow down to me. Jesus experienced peer pressure and he did not give in. He's like, no, 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 no. I see this for what this is. A big lie. You're trying to hurt me. And he didn't fall for it. And neither should we. Well, so good to see you. Lois, do you have anything to say, dear? Oh, she goes, where's me kibbles? I've been waiting. Oh, that cat, she always is hungry. Fred on her head, never. I don't think he's eaten since the day he got here. Oh, good, saves me a ton of money. All right, bye-bye.